Hello and welcome to GBR. You find us today racing with the guys from the MRC in the GT3 World Series, round 4 for the League 1 guys. This is race 2 of the evening. As you can see, we're still at Tokyo Expressway, but we're doing the track in reverse, or counterclockwise as they call it, just to be different. We were on that side for race 1, we're now on this side for race 2. So the grid is set by the finishing positions of the sprint race, and obviously, as you can see, the night has set. Got a lovely skyline here in Tokyo. So on pole is Dark Clark in the Ferrari. In second is Donkey Chong in the Corvette. Third place works his way up from 10th is Hirokram in the Ford. In fourth we have Martin R in the Lexus. In fifth place we have Brucey changing his livery again in the Jag. In sixth place we have Midnight in the Ferrari. In seventh we have Fat Pickles in the Jag, just beating or finishing ahead of Fubuki there in the Lexus, who starts in 8th. Golden Brownie in the VW starts 9th. In 10th place we have Judge in the Ferrari. In 11th we have JRC sticking it out in the Citroen. In 12th we have Leeds in the Ferrari, and 13th we have Toby in the Lexus, obviously after that disconnect that he had in the first race. So 13 drivers for this one once again. So let's get back to the front of the pack and get these guys underway for this feature race here at Tokyo. Lights out and away we go. Dark Clark there with a good launch off the line. Hirokram quite slow, but Chonky Chong's been able to stay with Dark Clark's that Corvette pretty good off the line. So see how these guys get through turn 1. Oh, little bit of a contact there between Dark Clark and Donkey Chong on the exit. That's going to allow Brucey and Midnight to potentially slide on past here up towards the second corner into the docks section. It's all a bit chaotic between these guys coming into the dock section. Don't really know what happened to Donkey Chong there. I know he was slow, but seems very slow going through the right now. He's got damage front left. Oh, he misses his braking point and goes in between Brucey and Midnight. Lets off. There was some contact behind as well. We'll go back and watch the contact there. Who was it? Oh, Leeds coming in hot. You've got Toby behind him, so we'll go for Toby's point of view. Let's last look at this incident as we're coming into the dock section. So Toby just missed his braking point. Oh no, Leeds was very early on the brakes coming in, and luckily only wipes out Golden Brownie. Didn't take anyone else with him. Oh, Golden Brownie getting on track, ends up spinning Toby into the barrier. But these three now are going to be fighting at the back, it seems, because this track is a slipstream track for sure. But Dark Clark already pulling a nice healthy lead over Martin R. Obviously didn't help with that contact he had, contact behind, sorry, from Donkey Chong into the harbour section. Martin R there, he's got Midnight one side, Hirokram the other, stuck in the middle. Not really sure which way to go as we're coming up towards the hairpin. Hirokram looking left, right, into the braking zone. Everyone seems to get through there nicely by the looks of it. Yes, they do. Fubuki there. No, sorry, Fat Pickles there at the back of this little train of cars as we're heading through the S's section once again. As you can see, the skyline is very nice at the moment. I think it'll be like this for the whole race. But yeah, Dark Clark there, he leads the way. He's got a good probably 2-second lead over Martinar in second place. He's got Herocram right on his tail, then JRC, then Midnight, then Brucey, Judge, Donkey Chong, Fubuki and Fat Pickles. So second to 10th all covered probably in the same time that Dark Clark's got over these guys in first. Golden Brownie in 11th, leads in 12th and Toby in 13th. So yeah, they've got a decent gap between Golden Brownie and Fat Pickles. Obviously the tyres are racing mediums and softs for this race. Judge there goes, I don't know if he went up the end, no, I think he was just staying ahead of Fubuki there into this dock section. Tricky section to get right. This car sometimes loses a bit of grip with trying to get the power on too early. So we're going to head back onto the back straight once again. Martinar leading the rate ahead of Herocram. JRC there, he's worked up to 4th place. It started in 11th for JRC, so cracking start there for JRC. Obviously just slipped through that at the beginning without any issues. But Herocram just can't seem to catch up to Martinar, but he's got alongside him coming into the braking zone. Is he going to try this switcheroo? Looks like he's going to try it. Gets up the inside. No, he doesn't. Martinar gets a good drive coming out of the hairpin and stays ahead of the Ford. Donkey Chong there going side by side with Midnight, trying to work his way back up the field now after that little incident that he had at turn 2. So he's now got JRC just in front of him as we come through. JRC goes a little bit deep there, touches the barrier. I think they all touch the barrier, and Donkey Chong end up hitting JRC and allowed Midnight to get a drive. They're going 3 wide now. Brucey backs out of it, thinks better of it, try and get the drive out of turn 1 into, it's really 2 back straights. You got this straight and then you got the main straight. But yeah, Brucey there not been able to use the corner speed to get past Midnight, but Donkey Chong there, he's going to go for a move on JRC in towards the dock section. He's going to slide on past before the braking zone, get it stopped. JRC really can't answer back with it being a triple right-hander. You're just going to be left out to dry through there, but Herocram, he's dropped off the rear end of Martinar. Ooh, taps the barrier on the exit. That's just going to slow him down a little bit and allow Herocram to slowly catch up as we're coming back down this back straight once again. As you can see, through the tunnel section we go. I think this is a different tunnel section to, yeah, it is a different part of the track to the clockwise version. But Martinar staying ahead of Herocram. What is the gap between, about 3 seconds between Martinar and Dark Clark. So let's Dark Clark on. He's on the mediums. I think everyone probably started on the mediums. Donkey Chong there, 4th on the softs. That'll be why he's working his way through the pack quicker than most. Just having a look at everyone else's tyres. Yeah, so Donkey Chong's the only one starting on the softs. Everyone else has gone mediums. Start with Toby and leads there. Looks like they're having a little ding-dong battle here for 12th place. Just come through the final corner. Oh! Lead smashes into the wall and Toby waits up. Fair play to Toby. I don't think it was his fault that Leeds ended up spinning round, but waits up anyway. Going and running there in 11th. Kind of a little bit on his own at the moment. What is he doing? 59.6s. So he's doing about the same time as everyone else in front of him. I suppose with these guys fighting, they are just holding each other up. Just having a flick through here to see, but yeah, Martinar seems lost a little bit of ground this lap to Herocram. There was a bit more of a gap than that at the end of the last lap, so Herocram clearly using that that speed of the Ford to keep Martin R in touching distance. At the moment, obviously we've still got a long way to go. We've got 33 minutes of this race left, so it's all just about finding your rhythm and staying with the guy in front or trying to make a move if you can, but it looks like Hirocam's not close enough. Donkey Kong's definitely caught up to the rear of these guys, or closing up to the rear of these guys. JRC and Midnight there fighting on the exit of the hairpin. Brucey sat behind still, not knowing where to go. And everyone just slips back in line. Citroen seems to have some good speed in a short straight line over the Ferrari. So it seems, I don't know if Midnight did let off there coming up towards the S's section, just to slip in behind to keep the speed, not go side by side through there, because you can probably lose a good second if you're going side by side through the S's section. Spooky there, he's just dropped off the back end of these guys in front. They're doing 58s, Kabuki don't have 59.7, so yeah, 1.2 seconds lost last time around for Fubuki. Maybe trying to save a bit of fuel as well. Judge there, 59.7. Fat Pickles 2:08. Golden Brownie at 59.1. So yeah, Golden Brownie has caught up to Fat Pickles and Judge. Still a good couple of seconds to go. Toby there, he has got past Leeds now after they had that little tussle at the end of lap 3. See that 14 seconds or so, 13-14 seconds off where the normal race time is. Toby there having a little bit of wall lag spike down the main straight, but Dark Clark currently leading the way. Donkey Kong's there got the fastest lap of the race at the moment. But here comes Hirocam tapping the wall there out of the tunnel. It's going to just slow him down that tiny bit and not allow him to make the move on Martin R. I think if Hirocam does get past him, he might be able to reel in Dark Clark up ahead. But he's just like he is just stuck behind that Lexus. Is he going to try and make the move? No, he's not. The wall just cuts him off there in towards this S's section. And Donkey Kong there, he looks like he's pulling JRC along nicely with him. And Brucey there, he's got ahead of Midnight. It looks like this lap as well, going by Midnight. Another look at the time that Brucey and Midnight have set this time round, but Brucey's definitely caught up to JRC at 58.8, 58.5, 59. Yeah, so yeah, within that lap that Brucey got past Midnight, probably on the hairpin. It's hard to see everything that goes on. Just have a look, the rest of the back of that pack is kind of just all spaced out, so really between Brucey there, he's got past JRC out of the first corner, down towards the dock section we go. JRC's going to be on the inside. No, he's not. Brucey's going to snip his nose off, and Brucey sneaked into 5th place there. Donkey Kong in 4th. Looks like his softs are slowly wearing out on that Corvette. 58.8, 58.7. So yeah, lost a 10th on the last lap to Hirocam. Obviously Hirocam mediums, most of everyone's on their mediums are looking fairly good compared to the soft tyres, but Dark Clark lost a couple of tenths to Martin R the last time round, so none of these guys have given up the fight to Dark Clark there in 1st place. Maybe Dark Clark is just kind of settling himself in and not pushing too much at the moment. Trying to make them mediums last to where he needs to get to the pit cycle. Obviously I think that'll be about 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in I reckon, before most of these guys want to come in for the soft tyres. Obviously Donkey Kong will probably be in a couple of laps time, because his front left isn't looking the nicest. But he's definitely pulled a little bit of a gap over JRC, who's got Brucey and Midnight. So JRC got back past Brucey. Obviously the second half of that lap. So Brucey probably using the superior power, it seems, but JRC seems to have probably the cornering over the Jag. As we're coming down again towards the dock section, Brucey on the left hand side. Is he going to try and repeat the move that he done on JRC all of a lap ago? And Midnight there trying to get in on the action, just can't seem to get it. JRC there just hugging the apex, not allowing Brucey to cut his nose off this time around, but Brucey's keeping it around the outside here through the dock section. Very nice driving from these guys, all three of them. You know, even Midnight could have tried to get his way underneath Brucey or JRC there, but just bide his time. Now they're going to go 3 wide. This can all end horribly. No, Midnight just backs out there. Doesn't want to go 3 wide through the wiggly section on this back straight, but it's allowing Fubuki there in the background to catch up quite quickly to these guys, where they are all fighting, but Brucey there leads the way. JRC hits the wall on the right hand side, obviously coming in or out of the tunnel, but that's allowed Fubuki now to slip up on the inside of JRC. Donkey Kong, he's come into the pit, and Brucey and Midnight going side by side, coming up out the hill here. Looks like Brucey's just going to stay ahead. Midnight just taps the wall there on the right hand side up that hill. It's allowed Brucey just to get back into 4th place. So where's Donkey Kong? Donkey Kong's coming out of the pit now, just in front of Toby. Probably not. It's not the nicest of pit exits, because it's kind of onto the, or fairly close to the racing line. But Donkey's gone to the mediums, full tank of fuel. That'll be him to the end of the race. It looks like 26 minutes on a full tank should be able to make it, I would think. Leads there in 13th, dropped off from Toby, it seems. So Toby's been able to pick up the pace and get going again. Golden Brownie there, he's still just behind Fat Pickles. They're doing pretty much similar lap times. I think, well, yeah, last lap time was 1/1000th of a second between them, and just there was just a 10th slower as well. So these three fairly close on track. So Golden's done well to catch up, but JRC is fighting with Fubuki now for 6th place, and they've been dropped a little bit by Brucey and Midnight. These two haven't been squabbling as much, it seems, and just been opening up that gap to about a second. So Fubuki will be getting a very slight tow from Midnight as we come down this back straight. JRC and Fubuki, they're nearly going side by side as they're coming through the kinks and up towards the hairpin once again. Is JRC going to go for the move? No, he's not. He's going to sit in behind Fubuki. Fubuki went a little bit deep there, because it's so easy to run it deep. You know, miss your braking point by 5 meters, and yeah, you run it out deep. But JRC got the drive coming out of the hairpin. He's been able to pull in front of Fubuki there in towards the SS section. It's where you want to be. You don't want to get that dirty air as you come through here. So Fat Pickles has got past Judge, but he's picked up a half-second penalty. So he's going to probably drop back behind Judge and just into the clutches of Golden Brownie maybe. Stay with Fat Pickles. So yeah, Judge gets past. There's the cross line. Golden Brownie there. He's close. He's probably on the cusp of that slipstream from Fat Pickles. Fat Pickles touches the wall there on the exit. Just going to lose up a little bit more speed to Judge up ahead of him. But Fubuki and JRC are still side by side. These two really don't know who wants to be in 6th place at all. JRC's going to be on the inside, but is Fubuki going to give that position up? It looks like he's trying to fight it. He's going to be on the inside now for the exit. He's going to stay in 6th place is Fubuki, just ahead of JRC. So these two, I say, they're having a good old fight but it is allowing Midnight and Brucey up in front. Jersey taps the ball there on the exit. Brucey and Midnight just to slowly slip away. That's what they're doing. 2 minutes the last time round, and I won 59.2, so 8 tenths. So Brucey's picked up a half second. So there's only one place you can pick up as a penalty here, and that is on the kind of the exit of the dock section. That little right left, a bit of a curving that you can cut, and you can pick up a penalty. So Brucey there goes in deep through the hairpin. That's allowed Midnight to really close up to the rear end. So Midnight looks like he will get past Brucey. I have noticed I must have missed it probably a lap or two ago, and not really too sure when, but Hirokram has got past Martin Art. Obviously trying to focus on everyone going on. It's quite hard sometimes. So Hirokram with the fastest lap of the race at the moment, 50.0. Dark Clark, he's just done his fastest lap of 58.1. So yeah, just over a tenth slower than Hirokram's fastest laps. Obviously these are all on the mediums on low fuel now, so when they get to the softs they'll probably get into the 57s, I would think. Put your predictions in on chat and see what if you are right at the end of the race. But yeah, Dark Clark's fuel's come on now, so he's been pushing. Hirokram's been saving that fuel, he's been sipping it, probably behind Martin. That's probably why he stayed there for more laps than he wanted to, just to save that fuel to potentially go maybe one extra lap than Dark Clark, because Martin R's got a little bit less fuel than Hirokram, so he's just going to try and stay there. He uses slipstream to save a little bit of fuel to make it round to because that's where the pit line is, there on the left hand side coming into that hairpin. So yeah, see how many laps these guys can do. So I reckon Dark Clark's probably only got one more lap of fuel left. It only gives you 2 laps of fuel, but there was someone into the pit then. That's Brucey, he's come into the pit now, and JRC has as well. So a lot of these guys getting low on the fuel by the looks of it. Golden Brownie there, he's on fairly low fuel. Toby there, he's fighting with Donkey Chong. Donkey Chong on the mediums, but Toby's on very worn mediums compared to Donkey Chong. Looks like Donkey's going to be able to get past Toby as they're coming up towards the S's section. He's going to be on the inside line. Toby's going to try and hang it around the outside. He's on the left. He keeps ahead of Donkey Chong there. Keeps that 9th place in his SpongeBob Lexus. So Donkey is struggling to find his way past Toby at the moment. Brucey now, he's on his outlap on a set of softs. So he's done half the race on mediums, gone to softs. JRC has done the same as well. Leeds, he is due a pit stop fairly shortly. Fuel light is on. Same as Dark Clark. Yeah, I reckon Dark Clark's going to be coming in at the end of this lap, so he'll be going to the softs till the end of the race. Hirokram, his fuel light is on, but I reckon he'll be going for one more. Same as Martin Art. Both their fuel is pretty similar, but a little bit more than Dark Clark, who does come into the pit. Hirokram and Martin Art, yes, they both do go around for one more lap. I say it's not on the start-finish line, this pit entry, so it's a bit of an anomaly compared to most other tracks. Midnight's going to go around again. Fubuki's going to go around again. So is Judge. So is Fat Pickles. Golden Brownie's come into the pit now as well. So see where they come up with in relation to Donkey Chong, because he was catching up. And he's now got ahead of Toby. So probably being a couple of laps stuck behind Toby's not helped his charge to up to to Dark Clark. So Dark Clark comes out in 7th place there. So first of the pitters so far. It's Toby will be coming in soon as well. So Brucey and JRC in 10th and 11th. So that'll be at the moment 3rd and 4th of the pitters. Golden Brownie there in 12th place. Leeds has come into the pit now, so he'll be going to the softs to the end. The Herocram, he's got ahead of Martinar, but Martinar has not been dropped. He has stayed in the clutches of Herocram towards the pit cycle. You see, Martinar's tyre is a little bit worse than Herocram's. On the front, on the rears, Herocram's are a little bit worse, so barely even. Martinar, is he going to try and make the move before the pit stops? That's going to be brave to try and go side by side up towards the pit entry. We'll stay with Martinar. Oh, is Martinar run out of... Oh, I think Martinar's run out of fuel. So he really dropped off the back end of Herocram there. Yeah, he has. He ran out of fuel coming up towards the pit box. So that's just going to allow Herocram to get in that little bit of gap on the exit. Midnight comes in for Buki. He's going to go around again. So is Judge. So is Fat Pickles as well. Dark Clark is really the next one to come around. He's just gone through. Donkey Chong. Yeah, so everyone else now is pitted, I think, apart from Leeds, but I think he's coming in this time round. Oh no, sorry, Fabuki, Judge and Fat Pickles. So these three still need to pit. They'll be coming at the end of this lap, that's for sure. Don't think their fuel's going to last any more. The Judge has been able to just pull away a little bit from Fat Pickles in the last couple of laps. Fabuki's got a nice little lead over Judge as well. All about the same distance. Dark Clark, there we go, there's a 57.5. I said a 57 will be possible when these guys get onto the soft tyres. So yeah, Dark Clark really pushing that car. Martinar got ahead of Herocram. Oh, Herocram went to 3/4 of a tank, and Martinar just over half. So even though Martinar ran out of fuel at the end of the first stint, he's been able to leapfrog Herocram. He's closed that gap to Dark Clark. What was Dark Clark? 29 and 26 there for Martin. So he closed 3 seconds just by putting in. Yeah, because Dark Clark's got 3/4 of a tank. So has Martinar underfueled massively here? Or is he trying to do the bit of fuel saving as well as trying to go quick? We'll find out at the end of the race. We've got 15 minutes to find out if Martinar can make that tank last to the end. But he's going purple. That'll probably be due to having a lighter car and 1 lap fresher softs than Dark Clark. Donkey Chong there in 7th place. Kind of a little bit by himself at the moment. Fabuki's come in, Judge has come in, wait for Fat Pickles, I'm sure he's coming in as well. Yes, he is. So everyone now has made their pit stops. Brucey there in 8th. Jersey and Midnight going for 9th and 10th place up towards the hairpin. Midnight, is he going to try and make the move around the outside? I don't think he's going to make that one work. JRC goes in that little bit deeper. Midnight does the old cutback. Jordan comes out right next to him, lucky for ghosting, and JRC just slipped through Judge there on pit exit. So, and Fat Pickles, he's just come out behind Golden Brownie. So Golden Brownie's caught up to Fat Pickles, but we've got about the same amount of fuel, so just the extra couple of laps that Golden Brownie's had has been able to leapfrog Fat Pickles at the moment. But I'm sure Fat Pickles will just power on past with the speed of that Jag down the back straight. And it was his lap time, 26.9. Golden Brownie's a 28.4, so it does show that 2 laps on them softs has really helped Golden Brownie catch up to Fat Pickles, but he's got quite a bit of a gap to Judge in front. Who's got JLC just in front of him, Midnight in 7th. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll go through the order now after everyone's had their pit stops and see what they're like at the end of the race. So Dark Clark in 1st place with his fastest lap of 57.2. Martin R there in 2nd, 57.4. Huracan there 57.2. Oh, 1300 slower last time round than Dark Clark. In 4th we've got Donkey Kong. 5th is Fabuki, Brucey in 6th, Midnight in 7th, Jersey and Judge 8th and 9th, now 9th and 8th. Fat Pickles in 10th, he has got past Golden Brownie already, who is in 11th place. Toby there in 12th place, quite a bit of a gap now between him and Golden Brownie in front of him, and obviously it leads in 13th. So Dark Clark really pushing it through the S's there. That's going to lose him a little bit of time getting it sideways. It may look good, but it's not the fastest way to go. So look at this lap time, see who went quickest. 58.1, 57.1's Martin R goes purple, and amazingly Huracan's got it into the 56s. I thought a 57 was possible, did not think a 56.7 was going to be possible. So he caught 4 attempts up on Martin, and Martin caught a whole second up on Dark Clark. So these three are closing in on each other with what, 11, just under 11 and a half minutes to go. We've got 6 laps. We might get to lap 21, or we're going to be lap 20. Around there, so it will be interesting to see, because these guys are all closing in. And we've got Donkey Kong there, he's getting caught there by Fabuki. That'll be because he's on the mediums. He went for the softs early, and everyone else now is going for the softs later on in the race. Fabuki, Brucey and Midnight all closing in on, well, let's have a look at the lap time, 59.3. 58.5, 57.7, 57.6. So yeah, all three of these guys definitely closing up to Donkey Kong in 4th place. Midnight probably can see him now as he's coming through the tunnel section. JLC there in 8th place, just got Judge there behind in 9th. Golden Brownie a little bit on his own now in Fat Pickles. What's happened to Fat Pickles? He must have had a little incident this time round, because he's got the same kind of lap time as Golden in front of him, but he's about 5 to 8 seconds or so behind Donkey Kong. Oh, Donkey Kong's come into the pit now. So is Donkey Kong not have enough fuel? Probably not, and he's gone to the soft tyres now. Come out behind, well, how far is he behind Golden Brownie? Not too far behind. He might be able to have enough time to close that gap, because there's about a second or two a lap difference, especially when you've got half a tank of fuel on soft tyres. You will be going a lot quicker than Golden Brownie, who's on very worn soft tyres compared. What I will do, I'll quickly go back and I'll jump on a lap guide with the spaceship that is the Citroen as we're coming down through the start finish line. So I'll keep an eye on the top left, because the front three look very close. Up towards turn 1 we go. This is a little bit slower than the opposite way, which you are on the right hand side there. As you can see, that would be where you'd come over above you on the right hand side for the clockwise circuit. We dip underneath that and then back up this little hill towards the dock section. I've noticed that Huracan has got in front of Martin R through the dock section. It looks like this is triple right-hander, and keeping it nice and steady and getting the power on when you know you can. As we're coming out, Judge there still just behind in 8th place, and onto this right-hander, probably one of the most crucial corners on the track. Don't hit the wall on the left. Jersey does, because obviously now this is a long straight all the way to the hairpin, very similar to the got quite a circuit as well. Just a very long straight from the hairpin all the way down. We go, and a little rise here, and now up towards the hairpin. Obviously the pit entry on the left hand side, you've got to get close to the flashing yellow arrows there on the outside, and then there is the pit exit. So it kind of feeds out onto the racing line. And Judge there, he's right up behind. I could see that you closed up on the track map on the bottom right as well. And then into the final couple of corners through the S's section we go. Just moderate your and that throttle just to make sure you carry the speed, but don't hit the barriers. And out of the last corner, I have noticed that Hirokram got into first place, so I will jump to Hirokram in a second, but that is a lap guide here. So yeah, these three have really all caught back up together. Hirokram, he's going to go for the move by the looks of it in towards turn 1 of Dark Clock. So he put that extra bit of fuel in, and that extra bit of fuel has allowed him to absolutely push to close that gap, because he was coming out in third, and he's actually got less fuel now than Dark Clock. Martin R, he's got quarter of a tank left. I don't know how Martin R is going to be able to make that work to the end, but Dark Clock, he's going to try and hang it around the outside here of Hirokram. He's probably going to get squeezed out. Yeah, Hirokram just holding off for the time being from Dark Clock. As we're coming onto the right-hander, onto this back straight, so these three really battling out, probably not even a second covering top three after 33 minutes of racing. 7 minutes to go. So Hirokram, he's doing a bit of weaving. Don't really like the weaving too much, especially if you've done it once. You've kind of made your move. Oh, this isn't really it's not very a straight, but you could definitely see he was weaving too much to try and break that slipstream. But Dark Clock there, keeping it tight. Martin R going out wide, trying to get the cut back on the Ferrari, just can't do it. And this time round, he's going to have a couple of more tries, I'm sure, before the end of the race. But yeah, the tyres of these guys all about halfway worn on some of them. I think Hirokram's got the better of the tyres of the three. He's just trying to break Dark Clock now. He's pulling over to the left hand side, trying to break that slipstream down the start finish straight. But Dark Clock's wise to it. They used to have raced many a time together. Through turn 1 we go. Yeah, these three have just opened up a little bit of a gap between each other at the moment. But so yeah, 7 tenths between Hirokram and Dark Clock, and 2 tenths the last time around. So Martin R just dropping off from the back of these two in front at the moment. Fubuki there, head of Midnight there in 4th and 5th. Brucey there a little bit further back in 6th. Judge and JRC fighting for 7th and 8th. Looks like these two have been doing that for a fair few laps now. Golden Brownie, you can see this battle happening up in front. Donkey Chongy there, he's catching up to Golden Brownie. 57s there from Donkey Chong, and 58 and a 59. So yeah, not long before Donkey Chong will be able to get past Golden, try and make his way back up to the rear end of Judge in front of him. Fat Pickle's not too far behind there in 11th. I think that one lap that he had that incident, not too sure which one it was, probably lap 15. Yeah, with a 207. That's just dropped him behind Golden Brownie and just not willing to catch up. Toby there in 12th place and leads. I know he dropped out just due to the lights through the final sector being too much for him. Martin R and Dark Clock going side by side, coming up towards the S's section. Dark Clock trying to hang it round the inside to make it through, but Martin R gets that position from Dark Clock. But as I said, will Martin R have enough fuel to get to the end? It looks like he's going to. We've only got 2 laps to go. Dark Clark's got more than enough fuel. Herocram's got more than enough fuel, so Martin did put enough fuel in to make it to the end of this race by the looks of it, because his fuel light's not flashing, but he's going to have a hard fight here with Dark Clark. Herocram looks like he's been able to check out and push that forward to the maximum and just pull away from these two guys that are going to be fighting now, it looks like, for second and third respectively. Dark Clark had a little look on Martin R, tried to off put it, looks like it did a little bit. Martin R did run wide in the first part, but gathered it back up through the end of the dock section. And now on to the long back straight once again for the 19th time of asking. Will Martin R be able to defend off from Dark Clark? Dark Clark's got more than enough fuel to rev the car out to the end. Looks like Martin R does now as well. It's full like not come on, so yeah, he's going to have enough fuel. I'm amazed he's made half a tank last to the end. And here comes Dark Clark now. He's gone to the left hand side of Martin R. No, he hasn't. He darted up the inside, stops it on the apex. Martin R tries the old switcheroo, not going to get that move done. Coming out of the hairpin, so Dark Clark there moved back into second place. Did see there was a little change there between Fubuki and Midnight for fourth place. Fubuki's fuel lights come on, so Midnight can, but so did Martin R's, I think. So yeah, they both got about the same amount of fuel in the Nexus, so if one can do it, I'm sure the other can as well. Will Midnight try and make a move through the SS section? No, he's not. He's going to sit in behind. He's probably making him down in towards the docks. Probably the best place to try and do it. Judge there, he's still just ahead of JRC. Donkey Kong, he has got past Golden Brownie into 9th place. Yeah, these guys are all fairly separated out, so really the fight between Dark Clark and Martin R and Fubuki and Midnight. Fubuki there just weaving over to the left hand side, trying to break that slip early from Midnight behind. A bit of a gap has opened up between them. Dark Clark there still holding off Martin as we're coming out of the dock section for the last time, I would think. Yes, I think it will be. I'm not too sure about Herocram. What's Herocram's lap time? It's going to be close. Herocram might get a victory lap at the end. He's going to have enough fuel anyway. But Dark Clark there, he's holding off Martin R as best he can as we're coming up the long straight towards the hairpin. Can Martin R seize the attack? He moves to the right hand side. Dark Clark moves to the right hand side to defend it. Martin R then goes to the left hand side, trying to make the cut back. Not going to make it happen. Looks like Dark Clark's going to try and defend this one off through the SS section for the final time. Fubuki there in Midnight fairly close once again as well between these two. I'll jump to Herocram. Obviously didn't have the greatest of sprint races, or qualifyings I should say, in the sprint race. Works his way to third, and then through the feature races works his way up to first place and will claim victory for the fourth round. Dark Clark will claim second, just ahead of Martin R. Fubuki looks like he's going to finish ahead of Midnight to claim fourth and fifth between them two. Brucey, he's been caught by Judge, but he's just going to hold on to sixth place. Looks like, yes, ahead of Judge in seventh. JRC in eighth place. Donkey Chong, with his 2 pit stops, finishes in ninth. Golden Brownie in 10th. 11th will be Fat Pickles. And Toby, he's going to come across the line to finish in 12th. So if you've enjoyed it, hit that like button, and until next time, bye bye.